This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So you may have heard that this weekend here in Washington, D.C., a neo-Nazi group, a proto-fascist Nazi group called Patriot Front, marched with 150 to 200 little abominable pukes across the National Mall. It's not the first time that we've heard from Patriot Front, and I'm going to talk about them, but I really want to focus in today on the right's reaction to this and their diversionary tactics, their distraction, trying to say that this is a false flag, that this is the feds, that some federal organization, this is their claim, put together 150 to 200 employees of whatever agency and paraded them through faking as though they were Nazis, even though we've seen Patriot Front. We know the leader of Patriot Front. It's this little puke. Also, let me say this on a less substantive level. What is it about these Nazis, and like Thomas Rousseau, what is it about them? They all seem to venerate. They want to be. They want to cosplay as a guy who looks like Alexander Skarsgård, but this is what they look like: the 5'5" Thomas Rousseau, the Richard Spencers, the Jared Taylors. They're always insufficient physically. They are cowards who cover their faces. They believe they hold some intrinsic truth, yet they're too afraid to tell that truth about race realism or whatever. So this is what happened. They march through D.C. People see them because that is what they want. They ride the metro, and your right-wing provocateurs, and I only have 3 examples here. One is a random, and then the other 2 are notable. One seems to be in league with Elon Musk. Cat Turd is his Twitter handle. He said this: white supremacy is such a problem in the USA, the feds have to form the most laughable, obviously fake hate group you could ever imagine. Pitiful, he says. And here's Ultra MAGA Lori Patriot. She says, how convenient. Biden declares white supremacy as the #1 domestic terror threat, and then the feds, Patriot Front, marches around D.C. Patriot Front marches around D.C. before piling back into U-Hauls. This is what happened. This is exactly what happened in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, but hours from where I was raised, when they were arrested trying to create chaos around a gay pride event, I believe. And then redheaded libertarian, one of Tim Pool's ghouls, she said this isn't weird at all, guys. They always, with the bank robbers, keep on the masks when they arrest them. They always, with the bank robbers, keep on the masks when they arrest them. And then she followed it up with this, and shows a photo of Marine Corps issued boots as though that's a gotcha. This is, I'm not exactly sure what the motivation here is. We know white supremacy is rampant within conservative circles. We know that. The FBI has warned of that domestic terror violence comes in the United States now not from Islam, not from any other group other than the right wing, Nazis, white supremacists, white separatists. The insurrection was largely a white Christian nationalist event. And Thomas Rousseau is one of these people. The Southern Poverty Law Center describes him as this: Thomas Ryan Rousseau began revealing adherence to white supremacy as a member of his high school newspaper. This aided in his rapid ascension into leadership on the racist right, first with Vanguard America, and later with the founding of Patriot Front. And the reason it switched is because after Unite the Right, the murderous rally in Charlottesville, there was a separation, and he started his new group. He is an infamous, a well-known Nazi puke. He is not a Fed. But the right, in order to be either fascists themselves or enable the fascists, because if you don't think fascism is a problem, you don't think white supremacy is a problem in the United States, you don't think that Nazis are on the rise in our country, then you are more likely to ignore it until it's too late. And in his own words, these are quotes from Thomas Rousseau, the Fed, that we have years of intelligence on from his own appearances on podcasts and his own writings with the manifesto or mission statement of Patriot Front. Quote, "A nation within a nation is our goal. Our people," meaning white people, "face complete annihilation as our culture and heritage are attacked from all sides." This is from the Patriot Front manifesto. "The state was founded on liberal ideas, even from inception, but many acts of the people counteracted its original foundation and ensured a white American homeland for a time. However, due to the basis of the state's founding, these bulwarks against the eventual degeneration of the republic were temporary and ultimately futile." Also from the Patriot Front manifesto, written by Thomas Rousseau. "An African may have lived, worked, and even been classed as a citizen in America for centuries, yet he is not American. He is, as he likely prefers to be labeled, an African in America. The same rule applies to others who are not of the founding stock of our people or do not share the common unconscious that permeates throughout our greater civilization and the European diaspora. The American identity was something uniquely forged in the struggle that our ancestors waged to survive in this new continent. America is truly unique in this pan-European identity, which forms the roots of our nationhood. To be an American is to realize this identity and take up the national struggle upon one's shoulders. Not simply by birth is one granted this title, but by the degree to which he works and fulfills the potential of his birth." Also from the Patriot Front manifesto. This was not an op from a psyop or an operation of the federal government to discredit Nazis, to distract from whatever they're claiming. Nazis, as I have been talking about for years upon years upon years, are on the move again, on the rise again. Donald Trump gave them permission to be as pernicious as they can be. Hillary Clinton was not wrong when she said more than half or whatever of Donald Trump supporters it's a basket of deplorables. They are. If you align yourself with Nazis, you're deplorable. If you make excuses for people who align with Nazis, you're deplorable. One last quote. This is a speech or some remarks at the University of Austin. It's a demonstration, November 3rd, 2017. "America, our nation, stands before an existential threat. The lives of your children," he means white children, "the lives of your white children and your children's children and your prosperity beyond that dangle above a den of vipers. A corrupt, rootless, global, and tyrannical elite has usurped your democracy and turned it into a weapon, first to enslave and then to replace you." So all of these idiots who are out there distracting from the fact that white supremacy absolutely is an existential threat to our country are either themselves vile, pernicious, wicked racists, or they're enabling them, giving space and oxygen to the fires of white supremacy. What do you think? I'd love to know. As I always invite your input. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If you appreciate what I do, the information that I bring, or whatever about my job here, and you want to help support and produce what I do, click the join button below. Become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month, or even better, you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Follow me on social media. I am at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are the best places. And I'll see you next time. I love and appreciate you guys. Thanks for engaging with my content. I'll see you. Be genuine. Take care of one another.